Okay, here is my last video for Class 12 for Jeremiah Lockwood's Jewish Music's History and Ritual. The assignment is to imagine a ritual experience of my own rooted in the cycle of Jewish holidays. And what role do I see music playing in this event? And which artists would I, as a community leader, like to work with? What sounds represent your philosophy as a religious leader in your time? Describe this ritual encounter as if reporting on an event that has already taken place. Wow. Okay, well, Jeremiah, we had an excellent new Sukkot ritual the first night of Sukkot, eating a meal in the sukkah, and we had a learning about the different rabbinic teachings of the meaning of the sukkah. Do we understand the sukkah to be, as Rashi did, like the clouds of God's protection, who would protect us from any evils that might befall us in the world, in the desert and in the world? Or do we view the sukkah as more of a expression of our vulnerability, that we were forced, as Rashbam says, to live in rickety tents, and following the Exodus, and this should give us a great deal of gratitude for Haaretz, our homeland, and the safety of our homeland, which obviously October 7th frames in a different light. But those two Jewish conceptions have sat with me since we learned them in our second class on Jewish ritual, covering the Chagim. And in a way, these really represent the yin and yang of being Jewish. A sense of great protection and elevation from Elohim, where in a way we have our chosenness makes us feel very special, versus a vulnerability, very real vulnerability, that comes from our Jewish identity, and that requires us to take every step we can possibly to protect ourselves. And we had this very interesting teaching, and then we incorporated some music to reflect these different perspectives on the meaning of the sukkah. The holy cloud concept really is a pretty joyous idea of the Jewish people under God's protection. So I thought about some really joyous music that would reflect that, and just from our class, I thought somebody like Lipa Schmelzer's Mizrach, with its references to Lamala and Lamata, sort of is referential to the idea of those clouds and Shamayim. And also something like, I looked up some klezmatics YouTubes, and the klezmatics at Battery Park I can't remember exactly which of their songs it was, but it really had a vital joy to it. And then the alternative is really voices of sorrow and sadness, and vulnerability. And I selected and we played an incredibly haunting song from Victoria Hannah, Kala de Kalya, which is just a voice of deep prayer, deep longing, and then even possibly playing parts of Schoenberg's A Survivor from Warsaw, we included as reflecting really this great vulnerability. So this yin and yang of Judaism is really reflected in this ritual that we did, and that's how we incorporated some of the music that Rabbi Meltzer here learned about during your class. Thank you very much for your excellent teaching.